Welcome. Ooh, that's too loud. I gotta fix that. Welcome to episode 406 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. I will figure this out one of these days, I swear. I really, really do swear that I'll get this figured out. There's a lot more buttons and switches than I've spent the last 10 years pushing. But welcome to episode 406 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad Odell, and with me, as always, is...
your king of paintball.
Or
And
so he says.
I am. I've defeated the Kaiser. I've earned my title. And
Well,
on top of that, this show is brought to you by the fantastic folks at NME Paintball, where
That is
we
true.
will be leaving in about 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours. We're going to be at the airport getting ready to get on a flight and fly into a thunderstorm and weekend in the rain of paintball.
Let's go.
I cannot wait. So this show is going to be partially dedicated to the terrible weather we have been having here in the Maritimes. If you're not from here and you didn't know that it has been scorching our asses off for the last few days.
Actually, according to some of the weather news that I've been reading, 3 continents are now currently experiencing some form of like heat wave. So it's North America, South America, and Europe are all experiencing forms of a heat wave of some shape, form, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So it's, yeah.
So welcome
It's bad.
to the Go Home show. To use my favorite, to steal another thing from my favorite that you can steal from is pro wrestling. This is the Go Home show. This is right before the pay-per-view, the big event, the big party. This is it. So we're going to talk about all those fun things and more tonight on what we still think is the only radio show in North America dedicated to paintball.
Unless I get told otherwise, I'm sticking with that. I believe
Allegedly.
that we
We are allegedly. Allegedly, we are the only radio show dedicated to podcast on beautiful 97.9 CHSR in Fredericton, New Brunswick. How are all of you fine folks doing tonight? We want to hear from you. Like, get into the chat. If you're on the radio, if you're listening to us, send something to the program director saying how much you love us. She would love that.
Actually, there is an email.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Tell me it's is it a complaint? Come on, complaint.
No. What I'm saying is they can email us. It goes feedback@chsrfm.ca. They can send an email to that, and that will and say that you either love or hate the show.
Alpha 22, I just found my patch from you. I have to put all my patches back on my flak, and I had room. So Alpha 22's got. You'll see him next time, right about here. Just something new in the vest because he's a handsome devil.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got the joust coming up. Like you said, we're going to be in about 12 hours. We're going to be at the airport getting on the aeroplane, or at least what WestJet considers an airplane these days. Let's be honest, it's probably a 30-year-old twin prop.
DC-10. DC-10 from 1979. I'm excited to go through security. I haven't flown. Yeah. I haven't flown since an election, so we're going to have some fun flying in Canada tomorrow. Especially like checking markers is going to be fun because I refuse to put that in my checked luggage. It is going into my carry-on and getting checked because not letting them fly. I'm not letting them touch my Nova. It's not happening.
Mine's in my checked because
it can handle it.
That's where it's got to go.
Well,
it's in its case it's in its hard shell inside in the checked luggage, but I've flown many a time, and maybe we'll run through. Maybe for those who haven't flown with paintball gear, really simple.
One, it's a marker.
It's a marker. Call it a marker, or
it's
equipment.
A marker.
Or I have paintball equipment. 2, take the rag off the tank, and 3. Just don't be sketchy and nervous about it. It's just paintball equipment. Now, Air Canada is known for forcing individuals to register it as a firearm and to pay a fee, which I don't agree with at all. I don't think that's I don't think it's accurate. Um, but WestJet, who I believe we were traveling with, yes, WestJet, and I've flown with WestJet and Porter, and neither of them have ever given me trouble with my paintball gear. So
It's in a hard case.
And it's in a hard case. The only thing is I've only ever traveled with my gear in checked luggage. I have never traveled with it in my carry-on.
I haven't named her yet, Alpha, but I will.
So Led? Brian is saying there's no way they'll let you bring your Nova as a carry-on. And then Alpha 22 quoting Full Metal Jacket over there.
Yeah. I haven't named her yet, though. We really do need to.
We'll figure that out at the Joust at NME.
So the weather for the Joust at NME is still calling for thunderstorms and rain.
So much rain.
The sun will not shine, but we will indeed play. I don't care if it's cold on that cold, wet day. I brought 2 markers, these 2, and I will show them to you now. Your mother will not mind at all if I do.
Right there, Dr. Seuss.
Listen, I've read that book so many times at this point, I could just pull it out of my ass and just have a great time doing it.
Yeah. Daniel Weber saying it won't rain.
Hey, he knows the weather. He lives there. I trust him.
He does. And I think if we all think it hard enough, it'll we can force it.
We can will it.
Yeah, we can will it. It's going to be a good time though. Like, and it's raining. What's a little bit of rain? I mean, what's a lot of rain? But I mean,
it's a lot of rain. But I'm not made of sugar, and I'm not going to wash away. So
no. Also, we have a place to retreat to, as well, right? So we've got our trailer. We're such divas. We have our trailer to retreat to.
yeah.
Or the cabin.
The shacks, yeah.
You know,
I'm stoked. I don't care. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm curious if my compulsion is gonna kick in where I have to shower anyways, because I have that compulsion. And
our host has sent an outdoor shower that attaches to the trailer.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if like it's gonna be in the middle of the rain and I'm gonna be like, I gotta go shower.
Yeah. The event is at NME in Kirkfield. Led, you should come.
Led, shoot us a message. I'll shoot me a message. I'll send you the address. I'll send you all the details.
We know some guys that got a spot where you can stay.
Yeah.
And they built shower stalls.
They built 2 shower stalls.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a blast. And I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm excited for the paintball. I'm excited for the party. I'm excited for. I wonder are we going to be able to do the night ball? It's this Saturday. I'm wondering if we can do the night ball because if it's raining, because I'd love to do it.
It's not going to rain.
That's true.
It's not going to rain. I'm going to say something. I've never played in really hard rain, and that's kind of why I want to bring my Nova, because electronics don't like wet, and I trust my Nova. So if it's not lightning, we play.
I'm running the Axe.
Yep.
And I'm a little worried about the electronics, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to seal up the handles, seal up the grips.
Yep.
And then it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think the shocker's just going to stay home, and I'll just bring the Nova.
It's a good call.
Can't go wrong with mechanical, buddy. It's me.
Just make sure that the only thing about mechanicals, you make sure it doesn't rust. That's when you get the water into it.
I brought silicone lube.
Perfect. Then you're all set. So I got to seal up the grips. There's a couple of ways to do that, and I'll take care of that. And then we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So because of the extreme weather, we figured let's talk tips, best practices, etc. about playing in less than ideal weather. I have played in rainstorms, blizzards, the desert, windstorms, What else is there?
Sunny day.
I've played a nice, beautiful sunny day.
Played in extreme. We've played in extreme heat. We've played in some stupid heat.
I have played in high humidity North Carolina heat. That was a different beast.
Yes, it is.
North Carolina. Have I played the hurricane?
This is the story of the hurricane. Locust clouds, get out. No. Your first day playing in Ontario, Brad. Tell me about it. Mike Reed's got something.
I don't remember my first time playing in Ontario.
Mike Reed.
If that would have been, I'm trying to think, the first time I played in Ontario probably would have been D-Day. Would have been D-Day 2016. I think was my first trip to Ontario. Yes, maybe. It was either that or it was PRZ.
Georgina Paintball Civil War. Does that ring any bells?
It does, but that wasn't my first time playing in Ontario.
Oh. I don't know where Mike Reed has been. It made me very sad not to see.
You remember playing Georgina? That was fun. That was random. So I was working for Staples at the time, and they had me in Richmond Hill for a 3-day seminar, which is just hell. You don't leave the hotel. It's brutal. Everything's you go from the hotel to the convention center to the hotel, and it's all like connected by breezeways. So you never go outside unless you smoke. So I was in Richmond Hill and was talking, and I realized that Civil War was happening in Georgina, and Staples had a rule where they flew me in and flew me out, and I could dictate the time. I could say when and where. But if I wanted to stay longer, I had to pay the hotel fee. Like I had to pay for the extra days in the hotel. So I did. Cool. I stayed one extra day. And ended up bringing my paintball gear on my work trip. And then on the last day, I piled all my gear into Adam Collier's Mini Cooper, and he drove me to Georgina for their Civil War event. That was fun.
That's funny.
It was, that was wild. I don't think that was my first time playing Ontario. No, it wasn't, because maybe it was. I don't remember. I'd have to go back, but I think D-Day was my first time in Ontario. I've had some weird adventures.
Maryland is really nice. I always liked it there. It's a beautiful state.
I've never been.
I've driven through it a couple times, and I've stopped there a few times, and I've always been genuinely pleased with it. But I'm easy to please.
I've played in California and I've played in North Carolina. Those are the two states I've played in. So for playing in the rain, which is coming up, might as well get that one out of the way. It's the biggest thing is just keep your paint dry. Other than that, giver. Honestly, you don't really have to do a whole hell of a lot. If you got a good mask, it's not going to fog bad. It'll fog a little bit. It's just going to happen. But like playing in the rain is honestly easy. Just keep the paint dry. Keep everything a relative temperature and just keep it dry. That's all you got to do with paintballs. If you got electronics, obviously keep that dry as best you can. And your hopper, make sure you've got your rain lid on top. If you have a speed feed, put the rain cover on it.
Yep.
If you have one. If you don't, electrical tape works really, really well. If you shoot enough paint, you don't need a rain lid. Also true. If the paint doesn't have time to get wet in the hopper, then you're golden. Just keep potting fresh paint. Exactly. That's all you got to do. And it's so easy to play in the rain. A lot of people don't want to play because they don't like to get wet. It's not a matter of, it's hard to play in the rain. It's really not. Just keep the paint dry. You're fine.
Forgive me. I'm just confirming flights and stuff for Wasega as asked, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not like stupid 6 a.m. drag ourselves out of bed to get our flights.
Every flight I've ever been on.
Oh yeah, well the Halifax one's not fantastic. We're gonna have a rough one on the way up, but not gonna be terrible. Also, our fantastic trailer has been taken care of, and he has connected with the awesome Miss Webba. I'm loving this. I'm so excited, like a giant child. I'm sorry. I'm checking everything out. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Should we shoot an MTV Cribs style episode? But it'll be MPP Cribs, Maritime Paintball Podcast. It'll be the MPP Cribs.
That's
happening.
Deadly. It's deadly.
That's happening. That's happening. That's absolutely happening. So yeah,
we played in the snow.
Yeah, I've played in snow. I've played in lots of snow. I've played in very deep snow. I've played in a blizzard once. That was intense. Gear stopped working. Like guns froze. The lube froze. The bolts stuck. It was bad. Paintballs. So Frostbite, I think it's called Frostbite, is a paint designed by GI. Polar Ice, called Polar Ice. Sorry, is meant for cold. What it's meant for is like -5. We were playing at -28.
Yeah.
So the paint obviously didn't freeze. It didn't break either, though. It just turns like this, like thick, like the shell kind of cracks, but it doesn't shatter. Because the gelatin freezes and then it becomes more plasticky, so it's kind of thick.
Charles, he's had like 4 showers today, maybe 5. There's a reason that beard isn't frizzy.
I have been in a very air-conditioned apartment most of the day, putting out small fires, dealing with tenants. I also just have a magnificent beard. So -28 is hard. We would play for 10-15 minutes, go inside for 10-15 minutes, and then come back out, and then go back out, and then back and forth. It was difficult, but we were there, and we were like, damn it, we're playing. It was intense. I don't recommend it. Like, honestly, like, I'm glad we did it. I'll never do it again. It sucked so much.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, we played here, and it was like -15.
Yeah.
Cold, manageable. This year it wasn't too bad, but last year it was a little chilly. Paint bounces. We play a lot of bounce ball.
Yep. Just the paint will bounce. That's for sure.
But it also bounces in the extreme heat. And I think a ball that doesn't break when it's hot versus a ball that doesn't break when it's cold, I will take the nearly frozen crap that comes out of that gun than I will a nice heat swollen paintball, because that leaves some nice nice bruises.
It's like getting hit with rubber, not like a rubber ball, but I mean like soft, squishy, right? The ball definitely hits different.
Yeah.
Also, in the cold, you tend to bundle up more. Even if it's just like a sweater, it's still more than what most people would wear on a regular paintball day. So you're bundled up a little more. Getting shot in the fingers or the hand. Oh, that is bad in the winter. But the ways that you can make it good and make it fun is keep your paint in a cooler. Like, keep the paint warm.
It goes both ways, winter and
yeah. Well, the nice thing about a cooler is, well, it's called a cooler. It's just a thermos, right? So it just maintains the temperature. So you got to keep the paint at a certain temp. If you got an electronic gun, keep that gun at the same temp the best you can. The cold will drain the battery. If you got a mechanical one, you really need to worry about the lube. Well, you need to worry about the lube with the electronic one too, but the mechanical one, that's what your main worry is going to be there, because you're not worried about your battery. Use a good grease or a good oil, and keep an eye on it so it doesn't start. Because if water gets mixed into the oil, it can start to freeze, and it can turn into like this like slicky like sludge. The oil won't freeze, like the grease won't freeze, but it will get thick. It'll get sticky. O-rings will start to shred. Paint will act funny, so keep your paint at a certain temperature. Your mask will fog more in the cold, obviously. Hot face, cold air. Even with a thermal, it's still going to go bad. Next episode, best foods for a paintball event. That's a great idea.
Fat guys will talk about fat guy stuff here on the Maritime Paintball Podcast.
No, that's a call-in show. What's your favorite thing? Speaking of which, maybe not next week, but at some point I'll look at the schedule. We're doing call-in shows, folks. We've got a call-in ability. We have an ability. There's a phone right there that I can give out a phone number to. You can call, and I can put you on the air. How cool is that, right? So we're going to do that in a couple of weeks. A big thing about the winter that a lot of people don't think to do: hydrate.
Man,
you dehydrate in the cold. You don't feel like you're dehydrating because you're not sweating a crazy amount, but you are dehydrating. The cold wind, the cold air is literally wicking the moisture away from you so fast that you can't build those beads of sweat. There's not that humidity to make it stick to your face or anything, but you do need to hydrate. It'll help you keep warm. And if you can, hydrate with warm liquids. Like if you could bring a thermos of like warm tea or coffee, hot chocolate. Actually, hot chocolate would be good because it gives you a little sugar, like a little. Actually, most hot chocolates gives you a lot of sugar boost.
Yeah. Sergeant hanging out with us from Twitch. Hey, from Twitch.
Hey, Sergeant Phantom. Phantom? Is that what it is?
Yeah. He probably uses a Phantom, and that's hot. Beef jerky, cold cut. I'm telling you, got to get the gabagool. That's on my list of like great paintball sandwiches. Hot, roasted red peppers. It goes down really smooth and well, and you don't feel heavy after, as long as you don't like pile it like a mile high. But
that sandwich was great. The only thing that could be improved on that sandwich, and this is not anyone's fault, it was just where we were at, but that Walmart bread did not do that sandwich justice.
Yeah, it did not. Though having the blowtorch handy to be able to blowtorch the cheese
was fantastic.
Tom, why do you have a blowtorch? Don't ask questions.
I'm glad that didn't count as making heavy food. Stupid rule. So stay warm, hydrate, stretch, keep moving in the cold. Don't seize up. Don't let your body get cold because you'll start to seize up.
Don't get too comfy in a really like a nice warm place and go out because you're just not motivated. That stuff just saps your energy.
That's what happens at Hillsborough, I find, when they do their winter games.
Yeah.
And they have such a comfortable staging area that it's like, all right, let's go out. And everyone's like, I don't want to.
Oh, I'm going to mention it now before I forget that in 10 days, the Battle of Saigon. The Battle of Saigon. So anybody who is out there listening that can get yourself to Atlantic Extreme Paintball in St. Paul, New Brunswick, please come out. It's going to be so much fun. It is the beginning of big games being back in New Brunswick. And if you guys want it to happen, you need to get out there. I get it. There are people with commitments. I totally get it. But if you want these games to happen and you don't show up, I don't want to hear any pissing and moaning. So Atlantic Extreme Paintball, the 30th, be there. I'm going to be there. Bradley's got other things. He can't be there, but I will represent us fine. Even though I don't have a beard, I have a crown, and that's all I need. I heard that Miss Elise is going to be there, and Miss Jacob. I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's very handsome. I can see him blushing now. That makes me happy.
I can hear him blushing.
Oh, I can. I can every time. It's perfect.
Yeah. That's going to be a great game. I'm sad I'm missing it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. 3 teams. I'm looking forward to that helicopter mission that Eric teased us with. I'm looking forward to see what Eric does. I am really excited because he can tell a story, and yes, they do. And and just the people that are coming, it's a lot of first timers. It's a lot of people that are kind of new to the sport. So I'd love to see some vets from Moncton and from Nova Scotia come on out and just show these guys. There's some airsofters that are going to be there that I want to show them what a good event is, so that we can bring some of them to us, bring some of them back to the fold, back to Mother Paintball and to her loving bosom.
Paintball is here first, damn it.
And grease is not fuel. I agree. Seems like a good idea, and carbs are not your friend.
The problem is that when you're tired, when you're at a paintball game and you're tired, right, your body is being exerted, it immediately craves salt, carbohydrates, and that is poutine. Like
poutine, I see that at fields all the time. It's always poutine.
Or burgers, which, you know what? At the end of the day, when we're done playing, give me a big old burger, right? Give me a burger. I'm not a big poutine fan. I'll be honest.
Get me some buffalo meat, Alpha, and I swear to God, we will have the best burgers in the world. That Billy Rocket they used to have back in the day here in Moncton, it was buffalo meat. It was the best hamburger I ever had, and it can't be beat.
So I'm like, only wild meat, onions, potatoes, and fuck ton of water. For what? Is that just what he eats? Or what's he making? Or is he just
saying
slab of meat? I don't understand.
Either he's saying that brisket was so good at D-Day. Wild meat, onions, potatoes, and a bunch of water. You throw it in a pot, you let it cook. You've got yourself a really delicious stew. Water for nothing, water for everything. No, well, I'm assuming he seasons it. He's not an animal.
Well, I don't know. Energy for nothing. What? No, God no.
Energy for everything.
Oof. Couldn't do it. But yeah,
I'm hungry now.
That's this is definitely going to be the food thing is going to be a call-in show. That's going to be a good time. We're going to give you animals the number. But my finger will be hovering over the drop call button. Like I will
Don't
drop.
Tell them that. Don't tell them. They're going to see how quick they can get it off, man.
They're going to forget. It's fine. I'm going to forget. I'm going to hit the wrong button. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Moving on from wet and cold to extremely hot. So playing in the desert, dry, heat, hot. It was actually to the point that I had to stay in the shade because if I stood in the sun, my skin physically hurt. Like it felt like hot metal on my skin. The sun was that intense. Hydrate. Keep your paintballs in a cooler. Keep your gun out of the sun. Just in the shade, fine. But keep that sucker out of the sun. And keep your mask out of the sun as best you can. You do not want that sun directly on your mask and just cooking it, warping it. It won't soften the plastic to make it dangerous, but it can soften the inner plastic and kind of warp it a little bit on the inside and makes your vision a little funny. It wasn't fun. And as much as it sucked, I quickly learned that I needed full sleeves and pants. Could not go with just a shirt, like t-shirt. Because maybe that's just me because I'm so pale, I'm pink. But like, it was bad. It was so hot.
That's why I started wearing Under Armour, dude. I wear my shorts, but I burn so easy like you. I'm pasty, right? So I started wearing Under Armour under my shorts, and I know it looks silly, but it wicks. It's cool, and I didn't get sunburned at all at D-Day this year.
You know what? I surprisingly didn't get as burnt as I thought I was going to.
I used my noodle.
So the sunscreen. I applied so much sunscreen.
That's because you have a kid now, and you are aware of the value of sunscreen. Because no one wants to deal with a yowling sunburnt child, so no one wants to deal with themselves being yowling and sunburnt. So apply that stuff.
That happened once with the young fella. I wasn't there. I wasn't on hand. But yeah, he was bright red, like lobster red. Felt so bad for the kid. He took it like a champ.
I have a can in my truck because I'm always scared to get sunburnt, and every time my kid comes near me, now I'm like, come here.
Right.
Plug his nose, cover his mouth, cover his eyes, hose him down. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not. No. Because if you're anything like me, you're going to be a whiny little shit about it, because that's what I would be. So he's exactly like me. Y'all who've met him know it. You've seen the pictures. He looks exactly like me. And unfortunately, he acts just like me. So in order to prevent this, I have to think like a dumbass, which is not hard because I do that on the regular. What's going on here? I'm getting messages from somebody. The field is going to look amazing at AXP. There's lots of work that's been going on in the last couple of weeks.
Excellent.
There's also going to be a draw.
Ooh, a draw
for pre-reg box of paint.
Ooh,
he's going to talk about some other stuff, so everybody keep an eye on that. Charles, we want to see that event go up so that people know about it, so they can join in live and really get a hold. And maybe I'll tune in from beautiful NME and see if maybe I win something. That'd be pretty awesome.
It would be. We are. Oh, speaking of the AXP event, sorry not to.
No, please. We're talking. Not at all.
We do you have the little stick men?
I do. I've already spoken to Charles. I have them in my truck. I forgot to bring them to him today, but I'm going to get them to him Monday.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So that's it ain't much, but it's something.
Oh, they're awesome.
Right.
I love my little stick man.
Yeah. So that's awesome. We're what's the date for your MagFed tournament? That's the joke. That's the fun part. I don't think there is one.
I know.
It's too late. It's too late for me to plan it. Also, at this point, as of July, as of the first week of July, I will have 3 jobs, plus the podcast. I ain't got time.
But Elise, I heard that some people we know hanging out in this chat really carried the torch of that fantastic event known as the CMC. Give us a call and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
It might just be for fun, but I'd love to see everybody, the mag lads, get out and have ourselves a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it's just I haven't been able to plan it. It's not that it's hard to plan. I have all the props. I have everything we need. It's just I don't have a day, and I don't want to scramble to promote it at this point. All of July, I can't. At this point, I can't paintball in July. It's going to be tough. I might be able to skip away for one weekend, but
a 5v5 would be. I love 5-man. I played 5-man speedball last year, and I loved it. 4-man, I'm on the fence.
The reason we do a 3-man CMC is because the field we play in is not big enough for 5v5.
Yeah, we'd have to do something like if we wanted to do. Oh yeah, that would be something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'd love to run a tournament. I enjoy planning and organizing running tournaments, especially the one-day turnarounds. I just don't have the time. It sucks, but that's just the harsh reality.
Especially with your co-host doing stuff like, hey, guess what? We're going to Wasaga.
Yeah.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you, we're going to Wasaga. Nightmare's picking us up. We are partying with Lead Farmer. We are partying with the coolest people on the planet in paintball. I cannot, in the sexiest place. I mean, I don't have a beach body. Sorry.
The beach gets whatever fucking body I give it.
Beautiful. I love it. Long romantic walks on the beach.
This body is brought to you by 12 months of stress eating.
I've discovered nutritional supplements to try to halt the stupid weight loss, because I'm losing too much weight now, and it's probably not healthy. So
you're right. Yeah, you need to start chugging Ensures.
Actually, I went to GNC and I talked to some of the guys there, and then Lead Farmer, you're a monster. And I'm gonna call my nephew Jacob, because he plays for Mount A.
Oh, nice.
And he's a monster, 2 of me wide and 1.5 of me tall. The kid's he's giant. So if anybody knows the stuff to get, it would be him. No C4. I don't know. I could probably drink C4 and vibe along pretty well, but no bueno for you.
We learned that the hard way, eh? Why the hell chair send me back so fast?
I willed it.
Apparently.
By the way, if you are listening on beautiful 97.9 CHSR in Fredericton, it's 9:35, and I don't know why my machine is on in evil 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's hot as hell. I don't need to tell you that if you're listening to us on the radio. Open the friggin' window, and you'll see that it's freaking hot, and it sucks. It's supposed to break any time, though. I've been watching the weather because I'm getting old, and watching the weather is something to do for me. It's going to break around midnight. We're going to get some rain, and then thank God it's going to be a beautiful weekend here in New Brunswick. So if you're all out paintballing or you're adventuring somewhere, pick up a marker and go shoot one of your friends. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Go enjoy it.
I don't know what you just did, but the sound just got beautiful in here.
Oh, did it?
Whatever you just did.
I've been playing with settings while you were talking, so I clicked the right one, I guess.
It's gone. Whatever you clicked, it's gone. Thank you. It was driving me batty.
Oop, cool.
There it is. I will just go ahead and the pre-registration for AXP, just because I'm helping a brother. I'm helping a brother out here on the Maritime Paintball Podcast.
Very nice.
And radio show.
Live on the radio.
Just throw that up there. That is the pre-reg for the AXP Battle of Saigon.
AXP, it was AX Paintball -Inc. -square-site. I am sorry, I'm yawning. Wow. I still have so much to do.
Yeah, I know, so do I.
Pray for me. I can sleep on the plane.
Wait, no, I don't. I've got nothing to do except have a shower because the sweat is just, it's awful in here, man. I
have to hang basically they're like moving blankets in the elevator because we have a bunch of people moving in tomorrow.
Thank God you are not in town. Your maintenance guy is going to come at you with
he is so
he's
mad.
Gonna ship he's gonna ship
so angry. I feel so bad for him. Yeah, I feel so bad. We sleep when we die. Yep, absolutely. I can sleep on a plane. I can sleep while Tom drives. That's a lie. I won't sleep because the sun will be out and we won't be driving for 12 hours. I am so excited that I only have to drive an hour and a half to your place, and then we scoot over to the airport, which is 20-minute drive
tops. Well, it's 3 of 4, so there's at least a guarantee of a session before we get to get our cup of coffee and then get on the airplane.
Get to the airport with time. And then we just chill in the airport, get on the airplane, get the rental, which fun. I don't know. I didn't tell you this. I'm going to tell you this on the radio. The reason why our rental was so cheap, we don't get to pick what it is. It's literally,
oh my God, the spirit of chaos. Thank you.
Yeah, it's literally labeled as compact or bigger. So
watch me get like an Escalade or some absolute savagery or a U-Haul van. I'd drive a U-Haul van if I had to at this point. I don't care. Absolutely. I can drive anything.
Honestly, if something goes sideways, we'll go get a U-Haul van. I really hope what happens is what happened to me last time me and a buddy did this, where we booked the rental when the plane landed.
We're gonna get a convertible.
Like we literally booked it. Like the plane landed, he pops open his phone, gets service, jumps on whatever app he's got, boom, like books a rental right then and there. Because he had this magical gift of being able to book things last minute and save. Because it was very like, oh, we need to get people in these rentals. We got to do it. And we rolled up, and their buddy's like, yeah, so your car's the I don't know what it was. It was like a Ford Taurus or something. You know what I mean, or something like that. Whatever. Not a bad car on it. Whatever. With
The
a
new
car,
Tauruses were really nice, man. Those things were absolute savages.
Car, right? We really didn't care. We just needed 4 wheels.
Creep Show. Thanks for that share, buddy. You are basically the second best gimmick in paintball right now. That mask. I saw a gold chain, a gold pendant of a balaclava mask, and if I had the money, dude, I damn near bought it. Like, I thought of you, and I'm like, that is so over the top that I'm gonna go get a picture of it and send it to you because you need it. Like, you need to be wearing this big bling. It's got to be about this big, and it's just a face and a balaclava. Like,
it's too much.
It's perfect. Continue.
Anyways, the
happy rental.
Yeah, and Buddy was like, "Yeah, this is your car," and we're like, "Okay, cool." And then we look over, and there's like the Chrysler 500 Sport Edition with like the Bose sound system, and like it's just tricked right out. And we're just joking with the guy, and we're like, "Man, can we have that?" And dude's like, I mean, he's like, "It's not clean, so sure. You want it?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Great, here's the keys. It just got dropped off."
See, that's what I would do if I showed up at a rental place. I'd be like, "What is the dirtiest car you have?
Right?
What do you not want to deal with right this second? Give me the keys. I don't care what it is."
It was fine too. Like, it was clean. It was a rental, right? It was clean.
Ain't gonna be clean when I bring it back.
No,
it's gonna smell like it's gonna smell like swass and paintball and farts, because I know exactly what we're gonna be eating, and I am gonna stink that car up the whole way back.
Is that so bad?
I sleep naked.
It's so bad.
Oh yeah, it's vile, man. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I'm so excited. Giant
it's
child.
Gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I'm the only thing I'm worried about, honestly, is shooting the vlog and my phone getting like completely destroyed in the rain. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And if that's the only thing I have to worry about, then there's not a whole lot to worry about.
We'll get some saran wrap.
I was actually looking at getting just like wrapping it in a baggie, and away we go.
The thought did occur to me.
Right, the sound will be a little bit off, but whatever. It'll be fine.
You're not going to have sound on it anyways.
That's true.
Because cell phone sound sucks when you're recording a video. You just use that for B-roll, B footage, and good pictures. But
yep.
Unless you have that microphone rig that you have, that thing's cool.
It's gone. It was in the green bag when the green bag got taken. Yeah, so I got to buy a new one, which I'm working on. Eventually, hopefully by beginning of next season. Because once we're back from Wasaga, I promised Brittany that I'm done traveling and spending money on paintball. Sort of.
That's a lie.
It is.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Oh yeah, we're not traveling anymore after Wasaga because there's next year. And there's some cool things coming down the pipe already for next year. So,
well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, next year's going to be an interesting one.
We'll see. I've done this one and the stupid things that I'm trying to do because
it's going to be fun if we can make it happen. I'd like to go down to the States.
I would love to go and go international with the Grumpy Old Men. I think that would be. I can't go overseas. If I go overseas, you'll be shot. Yeah, you'd be shot.
I can't come back. I need to declare refugee status or something.
She will kill you.
Yeah.
What about Mexico?
I don't know if I'd survive the heat.
She'd wound you at best. Ooh, I'm getting messages from my boy, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah. And it's going to be fun. I keep forgetting this chair's going to fall back. It's going to be wild. I'm sorry. I keep thinking about like anything I got to get done before we travel tomorrow. Because like once we're on that plane, right? Well, I mean, I'm hitting the road at what, 6:30 in the morning. Got to be there by 8.
Yeah, 8:15.
Yeah,
What?
and
is
then
this that I've seen?
8:15, and then hit the road, and then oh god, it's gonna be great. Can't wait to go there. Go to Enemy.
I miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die anymore by fandom. Thank you, Mr. Wizard. First,
that
I'm really thrilled by this. This is going into the playlist.
alrighty.
Yeah, this is something I'll send to you later, or anybody who goes on Spotify and finds the jukebox and listens to the insane Spotify playlist that I forced them to listen to the entire drive to and from.
He does.
Hey, it's nothing but bangers, that entire playlist.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
that playlist is a very eccentric playlist, but it is definitely something.
48, is that 10:20 a.m.? The departure's at 11. I am not sitting on that plane for 40 minutes. To hell, I guess we're not. Actually, we're zone 4. Never mind. We're the poors.
Yes, we are the poors. That's why we have that those seats.
Yeah, pump for it.
It's gonna be a good time. I went as cheap as I could, not knowing a damn thing. And then I called my mother for Wasaga, and she's like, no, this is how we do it. I'm gonna throw that out there to everybody. You want to listen to some wild? You want to get to follow?
Oh God, he's throwing the links out for the crazy sounds, for the crazy music.
I'm telling you that it is a living playlist of my entire life since I opened my one and only playlist. And there is some. I don't care if you judge me. I love my music. The hell with you people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care. I love my music. I'm at the age where I don't give a shit what you think of my music. I'm still going to listen to it. I've been listening to pop punk since I was 13, 12 years old. And I still listen
all the time.
I was just listening to pop because I keep talking about getting to go and drive on the Don Valley Parkway. And that's all I want to do. I usually don't drive in Ontario, and it's not because I don't want to drive in Ontario. It's because by the time I get to Ontario, I've been driving for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I'm
and it
done.
Works out because then I drive back and forth to the field and wherever we're going or wherever we're staying. And then it usually balances out to be equal amounts of driving time.
I just like being chauffeured around. I don't get it very often in my regular life, so I'll drive you as far as we have to. But once we're in the city, unless you want me to start raging at people, I have a low tolerance for stupidity, man. It's a low tolerance, and
I feel
Moncton drivers are, ladies and gentlemen, if you're driving in the Maritimes, specifically New Brunswick, I want you to think about something. Look in your glove compartment. Make sure your registration and your insurance is up to date, because you're going to eat shit in the city. I have seen more people run red lights, not look. Like, it has gotten to a point where I look around now. I'm like, I'm just going to slow down here because it's bad. Yeah. So make sure your information is all up to date and you've paid all your fines, because you're going to get smoked and you're going to want to have everything you can with your insurance. Cars are expensive right now, kids.
They sure are. I was looking at hybrids. I was looking at some of the new hybrids, and they're like 70 grand. I was like, nope.
Ew.
There goes my dreams of a hybrid. I'm not buying a used one because I'm not replacing the battery.
No, there's no savings there if you replace the battery.
Nope. Battery's like 10 G's. Yeah, so we've got about 10 minutes left, give or take. 10, 11 minutes.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking, what's Jack saying? I've always hated driving in Ontario, but now that I've lived in Moncton, I won't complain ever again. Yes, absolutely. Moncton's got a lot of big city road design without a lot of big city, I find. Like, it's got a lot of 4-lane roads going through the city that I don't know, it really needs them. I mean, maybe it does when it's peak traffic, and I've never been there during like real peak traffic, but it's just my observation of driving around Moncton myself. Yeah, we got 10 minutes left. I I don't know. I've talked all my stuff. If there's anybody out there who's got questions or anything like that, wants to throw it in the chat, feel free. Wants my uneducated opinion on something.
Oh, God, why?
What? Why? What? Why
Also, check out the C1D videos. That I'll have to post those up in the chat or post those links because they've made some really cool YouTube stuff post D-Day. They got some really cool footage of me just walking up with that big with that yellow smoke and just mic dropping it and walking away as I got shot up standing at the center. I think we're in the boneyard when they gave me when Tonka gave me the smoke and said, "Go do something with this." And I kind of looked at it and said, "What am I going to do with this?" And I just kind of toddled off with it. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I'm like, this will be stupid and fun. Someone pull this. Let's go. Just don't get to do that stuff enough.
It's
that thing we were talking about, about me not having somebody that I miss having Cole. There, I said it. I miss having Cole because when Cole and I got on that field, we wanted to kill each other. And I mean, we would whack the shit out of each other and then we would walk off the field and we were fine. And I can't find it anymore in rec ball. And God help me, I have to start playing a little competitive. And I'm not a competitive person. I don't want to beat the other team.
You are.
I'm not. No, not competitive.
Yep. You are. You just don't want to admit it. You're just competitive in a different way. It's you're competitive in that you want to win. You don't care what the team wins. You want to win. And if that just means a one-on-one battle on a speedball match, then fine, that's your win. You're not worried about the team. You're worried about your current situation. But you are highly competitive, and there's nobody who matches your competitive energy.
That's weird. Never thought of it that way. Nathan Baldwin. Yes, I still have that pod somewhere. I was ghost loading him. And as he was just firing in the final battle, somebody shot the pod and it blew the back end of it, bam, like right off. It had to be an FSR because it shattered the pod right in my hand. And the two of us looked at each other and were like, and brought it back. And I showed it to George, and George is like, what the hell happened to this? I definitely saved it because it was such a cool, it was just a cool thing to have. It's just like, I'd never seen that before on the field.
Absolutely. Definitely worth saving.
Damn. Yeah. I never thought that I was really that way. Like, it's kind of like the way I play when we go to a big game is I'm not really concerned with everything else. I'm there to entertain myself.
Yes, but you're bored now.
I need to find the person who's going to kill me. Who's going to stop me?
If you keep playing, if you keep playing rec ball, what you're coming up against is rec ball players who are, we need to get the flag, or we need to hold this section, or we're MagFed players and we don't know how to not play Call of Duty. What you need is somebody who's going to go out there and who's going to just dump 4 pods of paint on you to try and get you out. And that's what you're going to get on the speedball field. In the rec ball fields, you're going to get the players who are going to go pop, 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 because they don't want to waste more than a bag of paint on a day.
Young Connor would be a wild one to shoot against. We're both pretty big targets, and that kid can go. Wobbles.
The other thing,
I can't shoot Wobbles. I love Wobbles. I don't want to shoot him. He's so sweet.
The dichotomy, the problem, I think the issue you're going to come across, and we've only got 6 minutes left, so I'm not going to go too much armchair psychiatry here.
Please.
Is,
we'll have time to discuss this over the next few days anyways, but you've piqued my curiosity.
Is in a speedball match, look at D-Day, right? You get to walk out and just get shot. Bop, 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 right? Loads of people shooting at you, and you just get to keep walking forward. You get to go, haha, you can't do anything. But in a speedball match, it's what, but if you keep walking forward, that's a major. You're out. So is the other guy. Right? So unfortunately, it's almost like what you crave isn't in paintball. Because what you crave defies the standard rules of paintball. Shooting you a ton of times is not normal paintball.
No.
Right?
Walking into it and not stopping is not normal. No. I'm aware of
that's
that.
Not normal paintball. So in speedball, if you kept walking forward, it's a major. You're out.
Yeah, I saw someone get a major this weekend, actually.
In a standard walk-on, it's you're out.
Dead man. I know.
Right? So
I know.
Right? So you need to refine a bit more about what you're looking for. What do you enjoy about it? And then you might end up... I think if you talked with a professional about why you enjoy getting shot so much, you might dig out some really dark shit.
Probably.
So
that's why I just rather play paintball and get shot than actually discuss what the problem is, because hell with that. It's depressing. Why would we end the show on such a depressing note? God damn it, Bradley. Shit. I'm gonna have nightmares now, man. Like, what to think?
But it's there's... I think you're gonna find at the one-on-one joust is that I hope you enjoy it. I think you will in general and overall, but I think you're gonna go out there and you're gonna be like, come on, shoot me, and snap, you're out. It's gonna be like 6 seconds and you're off the field.
Oh God, yeah, no. I know that yelly king shtick does not work in speedball. No,
right? Because
it doesn't.
They just wipe you out and be like, carry on,
get off
right?
field.
And then
carry on. To them,
they're not even paying attention to you afterwards. They don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I need to find that. It's not to put on a show for anybody. It's legit. For those of you who know me, it's for my own entertainment. I don't care if you think it's funny. I think it's funny. And the problem I'm having now is that it's not funny anymore. Not for me. I need to find that thing. And that's kind of now my challenge, which is cool. I like it. I like having a new challenge.
Could you also possibly, perhaps, maybe be outgrowing the king shtick?
That's not funny.
It's a possibility. Or it's changing. It's evolving.
It has to. You can't listen. You have to go away and learn a new hold. You can't just... You can't Hulk Hogan that. Hogan did it for 30 years and was a joke after 5. So... Sorry, Terry.
Crazy merch deals, though.
Oh man, I know, but that's just it, right? Your shtick needs to evolve. He does need to go away for a while, and that's how that goes. But that's a whole other bit of like character development and psychology that I'm just. We have like 2 minutes left, and I'm not. You've already given me plenty to think about. That I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
It's amazing the insight that I have gained being stuck in a vehicle with you for how many hours now? How many trips? Last year was 2 trips so that would have been 48 consecutive hours.
Make it sound like it's a punishment, you asshole.
No, it's the insight that I gained from 48 hours over in a year of being in a vehicle with you is a lot. I learn a lot. And not saying it's a bad thing, just saying that it's a thing. We got 2 minutes left. Tom, just become the Undertaker of paintball and rise from the dead.
If I could have that kind of longevity, man. The black beard and blonde mustache was killer. See, Mike gets it. You got to be the third man. But I just watched that video. I just watched that video 15 like yesterday. I was flipping around and there it was. Anyways, I think you've got something. There's something that I'm trying to work through. I'm trying to work through some stuff. Shit, on that depressing bombshell. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. It was a joy. Don't forget to go and check out AXP. Moncton Paintball is still my home. Go and check those guys out. There's going to be a lot of fun this year. What else? Nova Paintball. Buy their gun. Buy their markers. They're amazing. I can't. What else to tell you? Buy one. You'd be fool not to have at least one of their markers in your bag. Brad, do your thing.
Folks, thanks for hanging out with us. Anybody who stuck around chit-chatting and commenting in the feed there, I truly appreciate it. Liking and sharing and all that jazz. It truly does actually really help the show. If you're listening to us on 97.9 CHSR FM, then thank you so much for hanging out with us. And find us on social media, facebook.com/Maritime Paintball Podcast and Maritime Paintball Podcast on pretty much every other social media. But that's it, folks. We're out of here. Until next week. Cheers.